Welcome. I'm here to speak to you all today about digital transformation and employee engagement. So if you're unfamiliar, digital transformation obviously is about the people in the workplaces, the processes, and the technologies that bring value to an organization. And by bringing value to the organization, we are solving business problems. We're transforming plants through digitization in industries where traditionally there have been a high people count, and in the future might be a low people count. So what we're trying to do today, and what I really want to come across, is the fact that digitization of a plant is possible in a very short period of time, but it is not possible without the people. So we're talking about the reinvention of manufacturing. We're talking about how you can connect the people in those manufacturing facilities, your operators, your managers, your supervisors, your senior management, and how can you connect those people with your company and through digitization. So we're going to talk about, first and foremost, the people, then we'll get into digitization and wrap it all up together. So the future success of manufacturing really relies on creating an atmosphere where the brightest people and most passionate people about manufacturing can really take hold and make a big impact. Take a look at some of these numbers. This is really important for manufacturers to understand. Every single day in the US, 10,000 people retire. How much knowledge transfer are we losing from those people retiring? We, in the next 10 years, are going to have 2.7 million jobs open just from retirement. 1.96 of those jobs obviously are going to be caused by natural growth, and 50% of those, if not more, are just going to lie vacant. Thinking about the impact that your employees have in your manufacturing operation, and now think about what happens if 2 or 3 or 4 of those people retire. How much knowledge from the last 20 or 30 years of them working in manufacturing in your operation are you going to lose? And another really important fact is 60% of manufacturers rank having a high impact, rank shortage, employee shortage, as having a high impact on business productivity. So if you don't have the people there to do the work, how can your manufacturing operation thrive? Now, when we're talking about losing people, we also have to talk about bringing people into manufacturing. So how do we gain buy-in for new employees coming into manufacturing? We need to engage them. First and foremost, we need to engage them. And the way that we engage new workers is completely different than the way that we've engaged workers in the past. We need to tap into their knowledge. We need to augment the empirical data with that knowledge, and then we need to really plan forward as the people being part of the solution. And I just want to make sure before we go forward that you understand that people communicate differently. People are motivated differently, they retain info differently, and frankly, at the end of the day, your people, your workforce, your operators, your managers, your supervisors, team leads, they're just as important as your customers. Without them, you would not have a business. So let's talk a little bit about digitization. Through the data extraction and operator engagement and real-time analysis, that is how your company can achieve digitization. We need to connect the machines, first and foremost. We need to connect the people. And then we need to know what we need to improve on. How do you know what you have to change if you don't know where you're at today? So I just want to bring up this little conversation. And this is an actual conversation that took place on one of our manufacturers' floor. They were so generous to share it with us. The operator says, when we were connected, digitally connected to the machine and with the people, it allows them to communicate with their manager what's affecting their operation. How is the machine behaving and why? They're then able to see how their goals for their machine activity motivates them to do better. Having that real-time feedback in front of that operator saying, this is your goal for today. This is how you need to perform on your machine. This is where you need to reach. Having that front and center in real time for them allows them to operate their machine better and increase their efficiency. The supervisor, it lets me see how the shift started so we can catch up. I can get caught up in a glance. Supervisors will spend far too much time in a day walking around, talking to every operator, looking at all of the machines and understanding how are we doing, who needs my help, what machine is down, how do we improve today. They don't have to. They can stand in front of a dashboard today and understand how is my plant performing, which machine needs my attention, which operator needs my attention, how do I most efficiently spend my time to make my operation run better. And then management. It gives me the empirical data I need to make improvements. How many times have manufacturing operators come to management and said, we don't have enough time. We need another welder. We need another CNC machine. We need another stamping press. And the management says, we can't afford it. Give me the business case. Let me know if we actually need it. Digitizing your operation will give you the empirical data you need in order to justify capital purchases. And the executives will say, like this one has, they've improved their productivity 15% on a year-over-year basis, just by digitizing their operation. So here are some examples of different areas of manufacturing where we've had the pleasure of working with local and global manufacturers. We've got lots of different operations here. Electrical cable and wire manufacturing, 60% increase in bottleneck operations, 50% increase on critical cutting machines within 6 months. 6 months. Now, the first step in understanding how much we've improved was collecting the baseline. We'll touch on that in a minute. Window and door manufacturing, so not a traditional automotive manufacturer. 9% increase across the board in 2 months. You know what your operation makes. You know where your revenue generation is. Think what 9 and 60% increases can do to your business. Large tool and die shops, 50% increase, 12 months. Automotive manufacturing, overall machine efficiency improvement, 15% in 24 months. Injection molding, tube milling. All of these manufacturers across a wide swath of manufacturing as a general industry have achieved groundbreaking results. And this is not something that you probably are thinking this is going to take us 6 months, 12 months, 18 months to deploy in multiple 6 figures and teams of 10 or 15 people to make this happen. I'm going to show you that it doesn't take that. Now, what's in front of you is the connection. How do we connect old machines and new machines, different network connections, different capabilities, different data? How do we connect those and digitize the information coming off of those machines and engage with our operators? This is how you do it. Through two different connection methods, both sophisticated through the controls or legacy through the use of sensors and proprietary hardware, we can connect the machine's data, production, and efficiency, and we can push that to the cloud to engage with your operators. And when I mean push to the cloud and engage with your operators, we're able to show the operators, managers, and supervisors on a day-to-day basis real-time feedback on the production of those machines. So we're talking about dashboards. We're talking about real-time feedback. We're talking about engagement. How do we engage the operator to do better? This is an example. On this screen, which is a typical example of a dashboard for a manufacturer today, you're going to see a lot of different components. You're going to see KPIs. You can see them color-coded. Red, bad. Green, you're doing great. Yellow, you got some room for improvement. Blue, they're just wanting to keep track on it. So even your youngest, most experienced operator can walk in front of their machine today, take a quick look at their screen and go, I'm not doing so great, I need help. Or I'm doing fantastic, I need to keep doing what I'm doing. Or I'm on my way there, maybe I need to keep a close eye on this. That quick feedback is worth more than that supervisor walking around that plant floor for 2 or 3 hours a shift. They immediately know when they need help, they immediately know when they're in trouble, or they immediately get the gratification of knowing I'm doing a good job. Spreadsheets on clipboards filled out at the ends of shifts today cannot and will not do that. Now, when we're talking about Pearsons Law, I think everybody kind of knows what Pearsons Law is. If you don't, we're going to just quickly recap. When performance is measured, it's improved. How can you change and improve on what you're not collecting on today? So this is another example of a real-time dashboard that we can show people. Again, everybody learns different. Everybody reads different. Everybody digests information differently. So we're giving the manufacturers an opportunity to collect the data in an empirical way and provide that to their team for real-time feedback. It could look like a speedometer. It could be a number. It could be a percent. It could be a number of minutes. Whatever works best for your specific person or operator or manager, they can customize a dashboard that speaks to them on their level. Spreadsheets on clipboards filled out at the end of the day, don't do that. When we connect the people with the plan, those orders, those jobs, and with the machines, we have an engaged workforce. We have an engaged operation. When we're able to tell them, here's your machine activity, here's the reasons why your machine is down in real time, you can make the changes that are necessary to improve your operation. When we're able to track jobs, operators, scrap information, production counts, cycles, uptime and downtime. When you're able to give all of that information, the value-adding information to your workforce in a real-time way, watch the improvements that happen immediately. Now let's talk about management for a minute, because management is in charge of process improvement. They're in charge of capital expenditures. They want to know, how is my operation doing as a whole on a day-to-day basis? It's data. At the end of the day, we are extracting data from the machines on the manufacturing floor, and we're giving them that data to the manufacturers to make positive changes. The operators can make immediate changes on their machine, but what can management do? Management can take the data through reports and understand where are the bottlenecks in my operation. You can connect machines to the network today. You can pull machine tags out of the machines. You can know what job is running or what tool is running or how, I don't know, many hours it's going to take for that tip to be changed. But what that machine cannot tell you, what the human can tell you, is that you have a process problem. By putting status codes on your machine activity to narrate the downtime and tell them, we need another crane operator. My machine delivery or my maintenance or delivery guy, materials delivery guy is late. I've been waiting on maintenance for 25 minutes. When you're able to narrate the downtime and understand why you're losing efficiency on that machine, only then can management make effective change. This is just a quick example of some of the reports that we can give you once you digitize your operation to understand, where's my low-hanging fruit? How can I make the most impactful changes to improve my operation immediately? I love this chart. This is probably my favorite chart of all time. Red is bad, green is good, orange is not so great. Then we just like to color coordinate things, again, to make this easy for the manufacturers and the people reading it to understand what needs my attention first and foremost. So on the far left, we have scheduled downtime. Yeah, you can narrate why your machine is down. If there's a valid reason for it, we want to know that. Setup. Are your setup times on time? Are you hitting your target of 25 or 45 minutes for setup time? If you're not, you have to make a change. What support does that operator need in order to make that change and hit that target? Tear down. Waiting on materials. If you see that yellow bar, you're waiting on materials for 300 minutes. It's a lot of time. Do you need another material handler? Do you need another crane? What's going on? It makes you think and forces you to dive deep into the data of your operation to understand what is going on and what do I need to change. So we've talked about people. People are the workforce. People are the future. We need to engage your people. And by engaging your people, you need to provide them real-time feedback on what's going on in your machines on a day-to-day basis. And we do that by connecting your machines. But what's next? We've connected the machines, we've engaged with the people, we've looked at some reports to understand where do we make changes, but what's next? What's next is we have to take that data and integrate it with other business systems. So if you want to understand, how did my Honda bumper, how long did that job take to actually run? You're guessing. You're saying, well, it should have taken 8 hours. I don't know, guys, how long did it take? How long was it on that machine? Or how long did it take on machine 1 and machine 2? We're able to track that information and then push it to the business system that makes sense for your operation. Is that an MES? Is that an ERP? If you're able to connect the plan with what actually happened, just imagine the decisions that the manufacturing can make in order to make an impact moving forward. So, like I said, we're talking about integrations, MES systems, ERP systems, MRP systems, but that also includes custom software. So what if you are a really unique manufacturer, you have a really unique problem to solve, and an off-the-shelf product just isn't doing it for you? The solution is to make it work for you. Building some custom software to connect the machines with the product, with the software, with this other business system is incredibly powerful. Does that look like QR coding? Does that look like job clocking? Does that look like scheduling? Is your scheduling process completely unique? Talk to somebody like us who do digitization for operations every single day. We can solve your business systems to help you make better decisions. And on digital call boxes. If you're a manufacturer, you know how expensive it is to do an and-on system. We've digitized it. Digital and digitization and digital developments moving forward is really truly the way to engage your operation and make better business decisions. So if you digitize your plant, engage your people, give them that real-time feedback, what can you expect? You can expect deployment in less than 5 days. That means connecting your machines, training your people, and pushing data. You're pushing data within the first 12 hours. This is not something that takes 6 months, 12 months, 18 months to do. This is something you can do today. You can monitor your processes, understand what are my machines doing? What are my manual processes doing? There is a way to connect manual processes to collect that empirical information as well. How do I drive continuous improvement? With your people. So you're already doing rapid deployment, you're already monitoring your processes, you're already driving continuous improvement, and you're increasing your productivity. You'll get your ROI back in less than 6 months. Guaranteed. Now, obviously FreePoint is up here, I'm up here because this is what we do every single day. So why does this work? It works because we know what our manufacturers need and want. It works because we know where you need to be making money. And it works because we know that you have the information at your fingertips to make the best decisions. Connecting the people, the machines, and your management with the plan is one of the most important decisions you'll make for the success of your company. We do have this nifty little thing on our website, an ROI Calculator. If you're concerned about the investment of digitization for your plant, go ahead and click the QR code. Come and see me after the speaking session. Go to this website. You're able to put in the exact information for your operation and understand how many machines you have, how many shifts you run, what's your hourly burden rate per machine. And we'll give you industry best standards that will tell you how much how much time it will take to make back your investment, both first year and every subsequent year moving forward. I guarantee you'll be shocked by the results. Okay, so let's talk about key takeaways. Digitization and employee engagement. Number one, you want to collect your empirical baseline data. You want to understand where are we at today. You can't improve what you don't measure. So today, step one, collect that baseline data. Step two, you got to engage your operators. Step three, you need to look at your downtime information to drive that action. What's my low-hanging fruit? How do I attack it? Step four, you're going to achieve productivity improvement between 10 and 15%. You will. The only way you're not going to do it is if you don't make the changes. Number five, you're going to recover your initial investment, and it's going to be a lot quicker than you think it's going to be. And number six, the data will tell you what to do next. We will help you, we will guide you, we will hold your hand, but the data will speak to you. So, if you want to talk about getting started, obviously I'll be at the side later, just after the show, but we can connect a pilot. We can do new machines that connect to the network, pull those machine tags off, put them in the dashboard, or we can connect those legacy machines. And I know some manufacturers are probably thinking, I don't know, I got really old machines. We've connected machines that are over 100 years old. We've connected machines that don't even have an electrical connection. We've connected steam-powered forging hammers. If you have it, we will connect to it. And we can get you the data off of your machines that will help you make the decisions you need moving forward. So we're going to connect a pilot group, or we're going to connect a plant. We're going to train your operators and engage them and tell them how impactful their information and knowledge is. And then we're going to collect your baseline and make changes. You may have a union environment. You may not have a union environment. You may have a very unique set of employees on your plant floor, but I can tell you when we train them, magic happens. They don't think it's Big Brother. They think it is a conduit of communication for them to the managers that they've never had before. Personalities, personal opinions, history, cliques, all of that plays a role in your manufacturing operations, with your people not sharing the incredible amount of knowledge they have with management to make changes, effective, positive changes for the company. We remove that obstacle. We take out the personal opinions and we make them engage with the dashboard, and they are so excited to do it. We've got employees on the plant floor that have been with operations for 30 and 40 years. A 73-year-old man is still working by choice, doesn't want to do anything else. He is one of the most connected and engaged employees on that plant floor. If you can text, you can do this. Doesn't matter how old or how young, how educated that person is on that manufacturing floor, they can contribute to the success of the company. We do have an exclusive offer, obviously, for CMTS, so if you guys are interested to learn more, come see me after the show, or you can pop by our booth. Thank you.